Welcome to Facts 101, where you'll learn about interesting and random facts. In 2012, Dunkin' Donuts in South Korea started spraying coffee aroma into public buses every time their jingle played on the radio. Coffee sales increased 29%. In 2006, the CEO of Whole Foods reduced his salary to $1 a year, donated his entire portfolio to charity, and set up a $100,000 fund for staff facing personal problems. A man named Dmitry Arkhagov was sent a letter offering him a credit card, but he didn't like the terms, so he altered the contract to include unlimited credit at 0% interest and no fees, which the bank accepted, but then tried to void his card. He sued the bank for not sticking to the terms of the credit contract and won. There is a coffee house in Moscow, Russia, where food and drink are free, but you pay for time. The cafe is called Zifferblatt, Clockface Cafe in English. Despite being one of the top 10 richest men in the world, Ingvar Kamprad, founder of IKEA, lives in a small home, eats at IKEA, and uses the bus. All employees of Ben & Jerry's get to take home 3 free pints of ice cream every single day. Americans buying a Volvo can get a free holiday to Sweden to test drive their new car. All costs, including airfare and shipment of the car, are covered by the Volvo Overseas Delivery Program. The program was created over 50 years ago and has since delivered over 300,000 vehicles. Steve Jobs' secretary, a single mother, told him that she was late for work because her car wouldn't start. That very afternoon, Jobs came back and threw her a set of keys to a brand new Jaguar, saying, "Here, don't be late anymore." If an employee of Google dies, their spouse will receive half their pay for 10 years, as well as stock benefits, and any children will receive $1,000 a month until they turn 19. A man secretly outsourced his programming job to China. He filled his workday watching cat videos, surfing Reddit and Facebook. Before being caught and fired by Verizon, he made hundreds of thousands. In response to China's air pollution, a Chinese millionaire started selling cans of fresh air for 80 cents and made over $6 million in 10 months. Rather than using mechanical mowers, Google regularly employs a flock of 200 goats to naturally mow and fertilize the lawns. Ricardo Semler, a CEO in his 20s, took over his father's Brazilian company, Semco, worth $9 million, fired most of the management, removed job titles, and gave the power to the employees who set their own salaries. It now has a turnover of over $200 million. In March 2014, Colorado sold $19 million worth of cannabis. $1.9 million went to schools, and crime fell by 10%. The Shell Oil Company began as a novelty shop in London that sold seashells. Coca-Cola owns all the domain names that can be read as "ah," such as ah.com, 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 and so on, all the way up to 62 H's. McDonald's serves 75 hamburgers every second, according to the company's operations and training manual. The first McDonald's drive-thru was opened near a military base in Arizona to serve soldiers who weren't permitted to get out of their cars while wearing fatigues. In 1907, Kellogg's launched a campaign called Wink Day to promote cornflakes. Women were encouraged to wink at your grocer and see what you get, and what they got was a free box of cereal. A man sued Bank of America for erroneously foreclosing on his home and won. When they didn't pay the fees, he foreclosed their bank. Nintendo has banked so much money they could run a deficit of over $250 million every year and still survive until 2052. The first female self-made millionaire in America was a Black woman. In 2013, Candy Crush made $850,000 per day. The upside-down ketchup bottle earned its inventor $13 million. Carlos Vasquez, a dry cleaner in New York, has a sign outside his shop that reads, "If you are unemployed and need an outfit clean for an interview, we will clean it for free." Starbucks uses round tables to make solo coffee drinkers feel less alone. There's a cafe in France which charges €7 for a coffee to rude customers and €1.40 to people who talk politely to staff. If you pronounce the names of products wrong in an Apple store, employees are not allowed to correct you. Bill Gates could give away 98% of his wealth and still be a billionaire. Samsung is also a full-time weapons manufacturer. Blockbuster laughed at a Netflix partnership proposal in 2000. The co-founder and CEO of Snapchat, Evan Spiegel, turned down an offer of $3 billion from Facebook and then a $4 billion bid from Google. Nokia was once famous as a manufacturer of toilet paper. A Kodak engineer constructed the first digital camera in 1975. They didn't want to go digital. They went bankrupt in 2012. Lentil as Anything, a successful Australian restaurant, allows its customers to pay whatever price they feel like paying for the food. As part of an advertising campaign, Molson, a Canadian beer company, strategically placed beer fridges around Europe that only Canadian passports could unlock. Apple co-founder Ronald Wayne sold his 10% share in 1976 for $800. Today, it's worth over $58 billion. At YouTube headquarters, employees can either take the elevator, stairs, or slide. Every year, Louis Vuitton burn all of their unsold bags. They burn them in order to prevent them from being priced lower. The retail price for the iPad would be $1,140 if it were built by American workers instead of Chinese. The Gmail logo was designed the night before it was launched. Amazon sells more e-books than printed books. Steve Jobs' annual salary was $1, just enough to keep company health benefits. All three founders of Apple worked at Atari before forming Apple. Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, was a college dropout. Microsoft made $16,005 in revenue in its first year of operation. Dell's first advertisement was made on the back of a pizza box. Dell Computers was started by a 19-year-old with only $1,000. The first owner of the Marlboro Company died of lung cancer. The founder of McDonald's has a bachelor's degree in hamburgerology. Duracell, the battery maker, built parts of its new international headquarters using materials from its own waste. Oil tycoon John D. Rockefeller was the world's first billionaire. The first product that Sony came out with was the rice cooker. The first product that the toy company Mattel came out with was picture frames. Warner Chappell Music owns the copyright to the song Happy Birthday. They make over $1 million in royalties every year from the commercial use of the song. When Scott Paper Company first started manufacturing toilet paper, they did not put their name on the product because of embarrassment. Bimbo is a brand of soft drink manufactured and marketed by Coca-Cola Inc. 7-Eleven sells 10,000 pots of coffee an hour, every day. 80% of Publishers Clearing House $10 million winners did not purchase any magazine subscriptions. 90% of all restaurants fail during their first year of operation. Colgate's first toothpaste came in a jar. Kao is a Japanese brand of shaving foam. Harrods, the world's leading luxury department store in London, England, has 3 private wells to supply their water. Henry Ford, father of the automobile, is also father of the charcoal briquette. Thank you for watching Facts 101. We hope you learned some interesting new facts. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.